What's up, guys? It is Carly here bringing you day 9 of my 31 days of horror, and today I'm going to be talking about kind of a random one and also kind of another borderline horror one, although it is classified as horror on IMDb, so you know I'm counting it, and it is in this 3-pack with 2 other horror movies, and that movie is Darkman 2 from the year 1995. Now, I've never seen Darkman. I don't really even know much about it, honestly. I know I've seen this character around. I've definitely seen the posters and stuff like that, but other than that, I really don't know much about it, besides it's a dark superhero type of film series, and yeah, so I kind of just went into this movie completely blind, and like I said, it's a little bit borderline horror. It's more of a superhero thriller action type of thing going on, but you know, I don't really like watching sequels before the first movie, but I didn't own the first movie, and this was in this 3-pack, and it was next up on the list of movies to watch for this series, so I figured why not just watch it. It doesn't really matter probably anyway, but anyway, to get into the plot, Darkman 2 here, it pretty much picks up. It starts out by giving you kind of a recap of events that happened previously, which an idiot like me who did not watch the first movie does appreciate, because it lets me know what I'm getting myself into and what went on before to lead to where we are now. So I did enjoy that it starts out with kind of like a recap and storytelling of what had happened in the past to lead to these events. But you're following this Peyton character who has relocated to this abandoned building, and he's trying to do this sort of chemistry type stuff to rejuvenate skin cells, I guess, because his face has been horribly disfigured and burnt by this enemy known as Dorant, played by Larry Drake, and Larry Drake's character is in a coma at the start of this movie, but he comes out of the coma and he basically sets out to torment this Peyton character once again, and he's looking to try to buy these buildings and everything, and other people start to kind of get involved and want to put a stop to this character because he is up to no good. So that's pretty much the story, and of course, you know, this Peyton guy gets involved and he starts sort of using other people's skin things to clone himself and you know, put a stop to this Dorant character, or I don't even know if I'm saying it right. His first name's Robert though, so we'll go by that. So yeah, this movie definitely wasn't necessarily my cup of tea. I'm really not a big fan of the superhero type of films in general. I do like that it is more dark natured. It's not a straight up superhero or villain type of movie. It is darker in nature, and that's why it's obviously more of a horror movie as well. So I do like that. Larry Drake, I think he is a great villain. He just has that perfect look to him to be a villain character, and I think he fits the part that he's playing really well in this movie. The effects in this movie are pretty well done. I believe this was a straight-to-video or direct-to-DVD, whatever you want to call it, type of movie. So for that, the effects are pretty good in it. You get a few decent explosions that seem genuine and real looking, and the effects on, you know, Darkman, or whatever you want to call him, his face are pretty well done as well to make him look disfigured and burnt up. It's actually kind of creepy at times, but in general, I thought this was a decent film. It did capture my attention. There were a few times where I was kind of looking at my phone and looking away from it because I just am not too intrigued by these general plots, but other than that, I think it is a solid film for people who enjoy movies like this. Like I said, I have not seen the first one, so for all I know, this might be a piece of crap in comparison to the first one, but as just watching it as a part 2 and just a movie in itself, I think it was pretty well made. Don't really have a whole lot to say about it, as you can tell, but if you're into the action-packed sort of darker movies that aren't your typical superhero movie, and they're not just straight up horror either, I think you would like this one. For me, it's probably not one that I would really check out again or really want to watch. I believe there's one other sequel, and of course there's the first one. I really probably wouldn't want to go back and watch that, or watch the third one, or watch this one ever again, but I thought it was a pretty decently made movie, you know, for 1995. It's pretty good. It's got decent effects, like I said, and the acting. I think all the characters fit their roles pretty well, but overall, not really for me. I do give it a 7 out of 10, though. I think it's decent, and like I said, I recommend it to certain people who would be into these types of movies. I am curious to check out the other two movies on this little pack here, because I do like Firestarter. It's not my favorite movie in the world, but I'd be curious to check out the sequel. The cover just makes it look like it's probably atrocious, but who knows. And I hear the Snow White movie's actually pretty decent as well, but we will get to those in the future at some point. So thank you guys once again for joining me for day number 9 here of my 31 Days of Horror, and as always, I will see you tomorrow for day number 10.